So we're doing a clone armor suit up. I've got my clone undies on. This is what a clone wears underneath. So yeah, I've got an event tomorrow. It's kind of exciting. I'm trooping 2 times in 1 month, and that hasn't happened in a while. So I've got an event tomorrow, and I want to make sure that I've got everything that can go together. So I figured the best way to do that is put it all on, and why not share the process with y'all. So what we have here is my combined abs, belt, and butt. The butt is not attached to this, it's just Velcroed in, but I like to get this all on together at the same time. So this is the clone diaper, as it's collectively referred to. Also wearing my trooping socks, Stormtrooper on one side, and I got Lord Vader on the other. So the troop socks, always trooping those. It's good luck trooping socks. These are just held up by straps. I've kind of done up like suspenders, like so. What's going on, Viper 1? Doing a little suit up because I got me a trooping event tomorrow. It's actually kind of a special trooping event. The whole reason I'm going, so it's South Alabama Comic-Con, and the whole reason I'm going is because they had a little special surprise guest announcement a couple weeks ago that D. Bradley Baker is going to show up. So when the guy that voices all the clones shows up, I got to show up with him. So, yep, there you go. That just sits on like so with these suspenders. I have to put this on first because when I get the leg pieces on, I cannot slide this up over that, and I can't fit it over top of me. So this has to go on first. Because of this, I can't really do any kind of sitting down after I get this on. So yeah, so I'm excited. I get to go meet the man. Hopefully get to talk to him for a little bit, ask him a couple questions, find out, how he does what he does. He has been the voice of every single clone trooper in animation ever. So all of them, Bad Batch and everything. And I love the fact that he does them all. I'll be going in 501st, this 501st armor. It's just the easiest one to wear out there. So I'll be doing that and the 332nd. I'll probably bring my 332nd helmet that's right over my shoulder there as well. So that's the plan, But yeah, that'll be fun. And then I will have met, I think everybody but Anakin. I met Ahsoka, I met Obi-Wan, and now I will have met all the clones. All right, so the 2 thighs are held up by a belt, and there's little clips that hold those in. It's the only thing that's really attached on the legs. The knees are held up with a little strap of elastic that's in there, and then the shins literally just sit on top of your boots, sit right there. So these slide on next. And yeah, I can actually suit up 100% completely by myself, which makes a couple other people jealous. Don't hate. I designed my suits to be able to do that. What's the fun of playing dress up if you can't do it when you're alone? If you need somebody there to dress you up, where's the fun in that? Yeah, knees in place like so. And then this is probably the hardest part of suiting up. The shin spoons here. So the shin, when it's like all one piece like that, unless you're double jointed, you can't get your foot straight enough to get through there. So you need to have it like that, so you can kind of slip your foot through, slip it on, and then you slide this piece in, and it clips in 3 different places, here, here, and up on the top, and then it makes one solid piece. This is probably the, this shit gets expensive. The kit, you could 3D print it, I guess. I would not recommend 3D printing a full armor set. It's just too heavy, too brittle. One of these kits is gonna run you upwards of $100 or $800. And then you'll spend another couple $100 on materials, putting it all together. So they do get expensive. be quite expensive. Let's add that in place. And the shoes, these come from a company called Keep Trooping. These are their Clone Trooper boots. Very, very nice. These cost a pretty penny. It was like 150 bucks for the boots themselves. But they are bespoke. They are custom shoes, and they will last you a good long while. So, do the right thing. Pay for good things. And there we have one side. One side completely done. Yeah, so all told, I think this, when you get into the undersuits, the gloves, the helmets, the paint materials, the boots, the neck seal, when you get into all this stuff, you're going to look at, upwards to do it yourself, $1,500, probably. If you're looking at getting somebody to commission it for you, expect to spend $2,500 to $3,000. That's just how it is. It's expensive. It is expensive. All right, next leg, same process, just other foot. I wish there was a better way to show this to y'all, but it's kind of difficult to get it in and show it all on camera at the same time. Definitely a couple pieces that are a lot easier if you do have somebody that can help you with them, but I can't get them all on by myself. All right, legs are done. So there you have it. Next thing I put in, yeah, it's a big investment. You got to have grown-up money. That's why a lot of these guys we're all grown-ass men that do this, and women, because we have expendable incomes to be able to afford this shit. It gets expensive. So the crotch or the cod piece Velcros to some Velcro I've got under here. Snaps to snaps that are on the side right here. Same thing here, snaps over there. So Velcro it, get the Velcro stuck on the middle in here. And attach the snaps. There you go. So now you've got the full bottom half right there. So there's the cod piece and how that gets attached. The heaviest part of this armor, honestly, is the belt. This is silicone rubber, and it probably weighs more than the rest of it. This suit is ABS plastic. So it's a flat plastic sheet that they heat up, and then they vacuum form it over the mold that makes it into these shapes. You'll get it, you have to trim it up, and then basically combine it and create it. But it's ABS plastic. It's a lot more flexible than something that's 3D printed. It's a lot lighter. It's a lot more durable. If you're doing a full kit of armor, ABS plastic is really the way to go. My helmet, this one is resin cast, so this is a very heavy helmet. That's resin cast. That is a 3D print, and I probably prefer 3D printed helmets. They're just lighter, easier to put on. So, yeah, ABS plastic. This is the way to go for this. So that's the full bottom. Top piece next. I want to get the. So this is the neck seal. And on it, I've got two elastic straps with clips. That's what the shoulder bells clip to, and then the biceps are clipped to the shoulder bells. And this is made by a company called Dark Side Closet. I think it ran me like 55, 60 bucks. Doing well, Reaper, man. Doing well, Ghost Reaper. So I'm doing this suit up because tomorrow I'm going to South Alabama Comic-Con. And the reason I'm going to that is because D. Bradley Baker will be in the house. He's the voice of all the clones, so I gotta go and pay my respects, you know? Got to pay my respects. All right, chest back. So some people do this as a piece that kind of separates here and accordions, attaches. I found that unnecessary. The CRL, the costume requirement list, just calls for a visible seam here. And my thought is, rather than make it two pieces that could come off or could come apart or have the potential for more movement, I make it one piece and it just slides right over the top piece here. It's just much, much, much better. So yeah, 501st, the boys in blue, man. That's the way to go. And just like that, we're getting very close to done. Okay, the next hardest part about getting this armor on is going to be these shoulder bells. In order to get these on, you know, it takes a little bit of finagling, but again, I've got clips here that clip in here, and then the bicep is already clipped to that, and there's a little elastic strap that'll kind of hold that shoulder bell down. So I got to get the clip in first. Just like that. So it just sits in place like so. Very simple. Who's my favorite clone trooper? You know, there's a varied answer to that. Like armor wise, I think I love Cody's armor the best. Story wise, or attitude, kind of personality, I just really like Jesse. Yeah, no, I do. I've got both. And technically, you're supposed to change the back plate to a white back plate for the 332nd. And I've got a white back plate that I could change out. But yeah, I typically bring both helmets to troops, and then I'll just troop them both. Troop them both. All right, one more time. There you go. Both those are up and ready. Last pieces are just elbows and elbows, which are identical. Yeah. Okay, my elbow fell to the ground here. I'm going to try to get it. Oh, got it. Bending down is difficult. All other movement is not really hard. Bending down is difficult and next to impossible. Yeah, I get the reasoning. You know, it was kind of a quick thing that they did. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a full 332nd armor. That would have been pretty cool. I also just love the addition of the helmet. It's pretty damn cool too. So again, these are just like the knees. It's a little strap of elastic in there. Slide those on. And the gloves, the armor plate is just Velcroed on there. These are Nomex flight gloves. Yeah, I do play Battlefront 2. I haven't played in a long time, and I actually don't have any PlayStation Live anymore, so I can only play like against the computer. But man, I did really dig that game. It was a fun game. So I'll still pop it in every once in a while and play the single player too. It's kind of fun. Kind of fun. All right, see, this just literally just slides on. Like so. Put that on top. Same thing. Pop that on top. And that is how you do it. Throw a helmet on top for good measure. Yeah, I absolutely prefer live action armor over the animated armor. The difference is, so animated armor, the knees are attached to the shins, the elbows are attached to there. I don't know, just it looks a little bulkier to me. I just think the realistic armor looks pretty badass. Pretty badass. So yeah, that's how it all goes together. So tomorrow, I'm gonna march my ass into D. Bradley Baker, give him a big salute, and see if he'll let me talk to him for a little bit. I think he'll let me talk. I mean, come on, now. Show up with this. Man, you'd have to let me talk to him. So I'll bring both helmets because I do love the 3/32 look. For the Republic. So yeah, switch between both those. Switch between both those, very easy. Also, when I'm trooping, I'll show you guys a little behind the scenes. So I'll have a lot of people talk about helmet fans, and that is literally what my helmet fan is. I have a little piece of Velcro there, and I attach it inside, basically right there. So it sits right like this, and it blows air onto the visor. And that's just to keep the visor from fogging up. If not, when I'm wearing this for about 10 minutes, I can't see crap because it's, you know, like looking through a steamy shower, glass shower thing. It's just not, it doesn't work. Oh, how much does my whole collection cost? I have no fucking idea. A lot. Like this, each of the clone troopers is probably $1,500. Each one of those helmets is $150, $200. So it's a lot of wasted money in the background there. There's a lot of wasted money. Wasted for the Republic. Yeah, I love, so my favorite, if I had to pick a favorite clone division, it's going to be the 501st, just because it's just the coolest looking thing. Here's a little neat piece of Star Wars trivia. So the 501st Legion, which came first, the costuming group or the 501st Legion in Revenge of the Sith? It was the costuming group. So the costume group came up with the name 501st Legion, and then Timothy Zahn, who was doing one of the novelizations between, I don't know if it was one of the actual Clone Wars novelizations, Revenge of the Sith novelizations, one of those, or if it was one of the books in between, he created Anakin's clone trooper unit and named them the 501st in honor of the costuming group. So the costuming group actually created the 501st Legion. So I thought that was pretty cool, you know. That'd be pretty cool to create something that, you know, ends up making it into Star Wars. I'd be down with that. Be definitely down with that. So this is something I threw on the other day, and I just feel like it works. It looks like it belongs together. It's almost an ARF trooper. Commander Neo. Yeah, I think my favorite's going to be Jesse. I just like Jesse's attitude, his personality. I dig me some Jesse. I dig me some Jesse. Hit me with questions, y'all. Y'all have questions. So I'm suiting up because tomorrow I'm meeting D. Bradley Baker. D. Bradley Baker is the voice of all the clones. I mean, other than the live actions or Tamura. But what we know as clones, and you know, it was given to us through the Clone Wars, the cartoon, and that's D. Bradley Baker. So I get to meet him, and hopefully get to ask him a couple questions about, you know, I'd like to know who his favorite clone to voice was. You know, what out of their stories, what did he feel was the most tragic of the clone stories? Who does he feel, you know, didn't really get the story that they wanted? Is there a clone story that he felt, you know, I still feel like Cody needed more, but I understand that, you know, that Cody was in the movie, this was more about Rex and Anakin, but whatever. So yeah, there's some questions I'll have to ask him. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I had to make sure I had everything together, everything ready to go for the troop tomorrow. So, you know, I wanted to put it on with y'all, give you guys a chance to see it too. So, hope you enjoyed this. I will have a video that I'll put together from South Alabama Comic Con. So look for that coming up next week sometime. Hopefully I get to have a nice little conversation with D. Bradley Baker, and I put some stuff in there from it as well. So hope you all enjoyed it. If you do, give it a like. Help spread it to the algorithm. They'll, you know, spread it to the masses. But this is my Clone Trooper armor. It was a suit up. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like. Give me a subscribe. As always, I'm Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force.